And then what was that album?
With Art of Balance, you know, I was maybe, at that time I was at college studying a lot about, you know, when I was younger I'd study a lot about philosophy and different religions, and that was maybe taking some of those ideas in that record lyrically. But there were also ones that came out of left field, you know, that didn't really go in that vibe, you know. Every record's gonna have a lot of different topics. But, you know, and as a person, I was, you know, that was when we first really started touring, so I was probably stoked, you know.
So you were?
I was probably excited, you know, like that was when we first started touring full time, you know, like just giving up jobs and going up for the bands. And War Within, like I said, that was coming back home after years on the road and trying to regroup, you know, from
I think that was
fast-paced.
that was maybe for you the hardest album to write?
I don't know about the most difficult. No, you know, they're all.
No, but I mean the feeling you had because you were really on the road 1 month and then you had to write.
Yeah, it was definitely probably more like pressure situation.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes that can make your best work. You never know. So whereas the War Within, I mean, Threads of Life had a different vibe where I had time, and that's why some of the lyrically, like some are like storytelling style, some are first person, some are, you know, like I really try to mix it up because I had a lot more time. You know, but you also don't want to overthink everything too. If you have too much time, you'll just keep second guessing yourself. So that's what we did put a definite line on the studio time for that. Because otherwise, next thing you know, you're just adding layers to do it. You know.
Now, but that's music-wise and lyric-wise too. That's something you have to stop yourself.
Yeah, because you know I was an English major, so like I studied literature, so I'll overanalyze grammar and things like that, and be like, it's a song. You don't have to be grammatically correct every time. You know.
Is there one line that you really thought about? And you think, well, maybe can I do this?
You know what it is sometimes more is that once they nail the riff down, I have to fit the idea into a pattern that makes sense with the riff. So sometimes you got to figure out how to get rid of 1 or 2 syllables or add 1 or 2 without like making it not make sense. So
do you have an example of?
I'm trying to think of a specific one. It's usually over the more technical kind of riffs.
Yeah.
You know, where I'm like, how am I gonna fit these words in this pattern? Let me think. You know, the verses of Just Another Nightmare, because the riff is just like, it's real driving, and I wanted to fit that without overdoing it. So I had to kind of add some of those extra words or take one away here. You know, it's pretty simple.
Is there one word that you took away, or?
I don't remember exactly, but it was more just sitting there like trying to tap out the pattern and like fit words with syllables. You know.
And do you talk about the lyrics with the other bands? Yeah,
because they're pretty good about letting me speak my mind and have freedom, but I would never want to overstep boundaries that made them that they weren't comfortable with. So that's why I'm not a very political writer, because 5 of us have different views on things, and if we do have common ground, then that's something I know I can run with lyrically. But they're pretty good about letting me just kind of speak my mind.
And then the song.